Hi you guys, and welcome back to another Jade Diaries episode.
Yes, I'm in a wig. It's been a minute, child, but we back.
Yeah, two sides to me. Either I'm gonna be in a wig and some makeup, or it's gonna be no makeup and a do-rag. Okay, either way, welcome hunty. So this is the second episode of the Waiting on God series. Make sure you go check out the first video, Waiting on God, if you haven't seen it already. We spoke about, waiting on God and how, it is not easy. We made it perfectly clear in the last episode that it is not easy waiting on God. Most of the time it is not easy. We looked at different points on waiting on God, why God has us wait, talking about like God being a good father and just all sorts. Go check out the video, can't say too much, go check it out. And so today we'll be talking about preparing in the waiting, okay, because how you wait is so important. So we've got to start off with the question, how are you waiting? We've established that we are in the wait, whatever it may be. You could be waiting on whatever, a number of things, or one particular thing, or you're just in a season of waiting. God has put you or placed you in a season of waiting. And now it's about asking the question, how are you waiting? How are you waiting? Because how you wait is incredibly important, okay? How you wait reflects your faith. Let me say that again.
How you wait reflects your faith.
The waiting is not a bad thing. It's not bad to wait. You can't just rush into the next season. There has to be a preparation season, and hence preparing in the waiting. You can either waste this period of time, or you can make the most of this preparation season, because that is essentially what the wait is. I think there's three major things that I'm waiting on at the moment, in no particular order. I'm waiting for an opportunity to do music full time. I'm waiting for that moment where I can be like,
see you later, all these other jobs, and just go kick it on the road. Go kick it in the studio. Go kick it on tour. Go kick it with the big dogs.
My big break, that one thing that's like, wow, this is life changing. This is the moment where it's like, my dreams are finally coming true, do you know what I mean? I'm also waiting on, my dream babe, my husband, my one and only. I'm waiting on my God ordained relationship. Lastly, again, no particular order, but lastly, I'm waiting to receive my full head of hair, okay? Like I mentioned in my last video, I have alopecia. I'm waiting on the day where I'm like,
ooh, my edges is back. Yes, my hair is back.
So yeah, and so for me, I know that beforehand, before really coming to a place where I was embracing this season, I hated it, man. Y'all, I hated it. I was trying my very best to force myself out of this season. So I'd get into situationships that I'd pursue things that I knew weren't really what I wanted, but for the sake of not waiting, for the sake of not being alone, for the sake of not being single, for the sake of, I was just like, let's go, because the kid is bored, the kid is tired of waiting. That's just me keeping it 100, keeping it real, because it gets like that. It gets like that. God will have you wait on all kinds of timelines. God will have you wait years, days, months, minutes. You just never know with God, do you know what I mean? Because his timing is not like ours, but we always know that his timing is perfect. Now I've come to a place where it's like, okay, God, do you know what? I'm good. I want to be content in every season that God has placed me in. I feel like each season, you're in each season for a reason. God wishes for us to be content wherever we are. I feel like we need to stop attaching our joy, our happiness to the next season, because if we get into the habit of doing that, we'll never really truly be happy, because we're like, okay, cool, this season's here, now the next one, but sometimes just about being still and appreciating where you are right now. And right now I can say that I am content. I'm content in where I am in my career, because I know my time is coming, and I also know that God is preparing me. God is really preparing me. There's times I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm still learning this, I'm still learning that. These are the skills I need before I elevate to the next level. And I'm also enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the little milestones along the way. It's not about the mountain top, it's about the little moments that you encounter on the way up there, and I'm really starting to really appreciate that. My singleness, I'm really enjoying it. I finally stopped fighting it.
I have finally stopped fighting it.
And I'm enjoying it, and obviously the desire for a relationship is still there, but I'm now, God has really been revealing things to me that I need to work on, heart issues, just things in my life, things, you know, renew my mindset. He's just working on me. He's giving me the desire to, you know, look after myself and to really, you know, make the effort for myself, not for any man or for anybody, and to really be intentional with the people that I already have around me. And so I think that's really important. And then as well with my alopecia, like this one's a sticky one for me, because obviously I don't like the fact that I have it, but I know that God has again taken me on a journey through that journey. I remember when I first had it, when I was first diagnosed, I was broken. I hated it. I was distraught. I wasn't coping with it very well, but now, you know, I'm able to go out, I'm able to rock my ballad, I'm able to, you know, I post pictures on social media and I'm not ashamed, I'm not afraid anymore. I know that it's only God that's got me to that place, because it's difficult. It's really difficult to lose your hair. It is not a nice feeling at all. But you know, God revealed to me that beauty stems from within. It doesn't even matter about whether you have hair or not hair, or the type of hair you have, how much hair or how little hair, does not define how beautiful you are. And so I'm really thankful that God really revealed that to me, you know, through my condition. So those are just the examples. And so I know for me now, I just putting it out there, I'm not I have to be honest, I know I'm not as intentional as I should be every day. I'm not always preparing as much as I should, but I hope that this, like my transparency and also, you know, just some examples might prompt you or help or encourage you to maybe change the way that you're weighted and how to kind of prepare. God will prepare you, do you know what I mean? But then you have to do your part, do you know what I mean? It can't just be God, you have to also do the work. And so for me, I know that I've, you know, very recently I've invested in like vocal tubes to help with my warm-ups, and so I've fallen off a little bit, I have to be honest. I'm trying to make sure that I'm warming up every day, cooling down as well. I'm also like stretching every day, because you know, I'm also a dancer. I just want to be all round just the greatest performer that I can be. Got a steamer as well, so I'll steam my vocals, just, you know, vocal care. I recently received a massage gun for my birthday. Shout out my brother Jordan, he got it for me. It's just about, you know, making sure my body's good. It's just all these little things. I know they may seem like little examples, but these are the things, these are the ways that I'm preparing myself for the career that I want to have. I want to make sure that my body is good. I want to be looking after it. I do need to start working on a diet. That is important.
I'm getting there. I'm not perfect. I'm getting there.
Just practicing my singing, all that stuff. So that is how I can prepare. When it comes to the relationship and how I can prepare, you almost got to move as if you have got your thing already. So you know, like in the Bible it says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And so it just stands out to me that the whole he who finds a wife, like he who finds a wife, I feel like you have to kind of almost be a wife before you're a wife, you know, because he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Preparing in that sense is kind of like, first of all, I want to do the work on me, you know. I want to hold myself accountable. I know that I get real with God. I want to feed myself with the word. I want to make sure that I am a spiritual woman, that I'm a prayerful woman, not even just because of a man or whatever, but just because of me. I want to be the very best version of me, and I know that spending time with God, he will shape and mold you and help you become your very best version. Also, like learning how to cook.
I mean, you gotta throw down the kitchen for your man.
I learn how to cook, I learn how to clean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta heal, so this time is about healing, it's about detoxing. Like you don't, whilst you're waiting for your man to come, you don't just go out, you go wilding, you don't have sex with loads of people, you don't get into pointless situationships, you don't do all of them things. No, you have to wait in the way that God would want you to wait. It's not about passing the time, it's about being intentional. And so, you know, I'm allowing God to help me in my purity, you know, waiting for him, saving myself for him and stuff like that. So there's loads. There's just some examples of how you can prepare. And then lastly, like with waiting for my full head of hair, I think how I prepare is like, I was still, even though like, it's really quite patchy and my hair's really short, but I'll still like wash my hair, condition my hair, like treat my hair, like, you know, use products and stuff in it. And for me, that's kind of like, I'm almost acting as if I know that my hair's gonna, like, I don't want to just keep shaving it, and I could just shave it and just be done. Do you know what I mean? Or I could not even bother. But I'm preparing to have my hair be healthy. I'm preparing to receive that full head of hair. These are just some examples, but I hope they kind of encourage you, and I hope they kind of make you want to shift your perspective on this waiting season. That it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can actually use this as a productive time. Do this to better yourself for whatever it is that you're waiting for. If you're waiting on a job, make sure you're doing some research. Make sure you're studying. Make sure you're enabling yourself to be the most qualified for the job. Do you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. And so I feel like how you wait reflects your faith. Because in me doing all these things, for example, it shows that I believe that I'm gonna do music full time. I believe that I'm going to be a wife. I believe I'm going to have a full head of hair. So again, how you wait reflects your faith. And so be productive in your waiting. Be intentional, be productive, and act as though you have already received it, or you're close to getting it, because you just never know when your waiting season is over, and you want to make sure that you are prepared, and that you have not wasted this wait. That you're honouring God with your wait, because I feel like if you're always waiting you're always waiting in a moody fashion, or you've always got an attitude when you're waiting, you're just impatient every day, you're just waking up miserable, you're just like, oh, I'm tired. Is that really honouring God? Like, do you think that's pleasing God? I don't think so, because then that just shows your lack of faith. It shows your lack of trust. It shows your lack of belief. Do you know what I mean? And so yeah, I just hope this short and sweet video, I say short and sweet, I hope it's short and sweet, it was just a moment to encourage you and to just, yeah, help you shift your mindset, and to just remember that this waiting season, number one, is not going to last always. Ecclesiastes lets us know that seasons will occur all the time. There's a time for this, there's a time for that, there's a time for this. It's not going to last always, but make use of this season and enjoy it. As hard as it is, I'm not going to say it's all roses and unicorns and fairies and rainbows. It's not. You know, it does get hard sometimes, but just always check yourself, check your attitude, check your heart posture, and just a lot of the time I feel like, you know, when we do slip into that, oh, I'm sick of this, I'm sick of that, da, 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 I feel like it may expose an area where our trust is lacking, or our faith is lacking. That's when you have to go back to the word, and you have to stand on God's promises. If he said it, he's going to do it, and just to trust him, keep trusting him, and he will. And just spend time with him, just get to know him, work on your relationship with him, seek first his righteousness, and all these things will be added onto you. He knows what you want, he knows what you need. He will surely give you what you need. Allow him to just work on you first and foremost. Work on you so that you're prepared. And it's not about, you know, working on yourself to receive something. It's about working on yourself because you'd want to be the best version of yourself. You want to be whole, you want to be healed, you want to be happy, you want to be living life and life more abundantly. The very thing that Jesus gifted to us when he died on the cross. He wants us to live life. He came to give us life and life more abundantly. So you should want all these things for you first and foremost. But then also see it as I want to be best prepared. For whatever it is that I know that I will be stepping into shortly. I hope this video encouraged you guys. I'm gonna do that YouTube thing where they say, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button. I will see you in the next video, where it'll be the last episode on the Waiting on God series. And we'll be talking about still waiting on God. Stay blessed always.